Hey guys, today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips and hacks on making monthly meal planning just a little bit easier. Welcome back to Ria's World of Ideas. If you are new to my channel, I am Ria, and on my channel I love sharing all the ideas that I find helpful in my life and home, and hopefully you'll find them helpful in your life and home as well. So if you're not a subscriber already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave this video, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're always notified on all the new videos that I put out. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it so that I'm able to bring more videos to you guys in the future that you guys would like. So with all that being said, let's just jump into today's video. And like I said, I have some tips and hacks for you guys on making monthly meal planning just a little bit easier. Now, when we think about monthly meal planning, a lot of people get overwhelmed with it and they just don't do it altogether. But once you get in the hang of doing it, it will save you so much time and money that you don't want to go back to not doing it. So I hope the tips and the hacks that I share with you guys today can actually help you start doing some meal planning so that you can save yourself some time and money. So let's just jump right into the tips and hacks. So my first tip that I want to give you guys is don't think of monthly meal planning as a set in stone, the be all and all, that it has to be perfect the first time you make it. And if you don't follow it perfectly, or if something changes throughout the month and you get upset about it, that it's, there's no use in doing it. I find that like when we're perfectionists, because I am a perfectionist, that when we can't do something perfectly and right the first time, we tend to not do it. And so we go into monthly meal planning thinking that if we can't plan out a month's worth of meals right then and there and make it perfect, and if we don't follow it perfectly within that month, then there's no reason to do it. But don't think of monthly meal planning as, like I said, a set all be all, just set in stone. Think of it more as a rough draft. So remember when you guys were in school and you had to write an essay, the first thing you did was you brainstormed and then you made a rough draft. Well, later on you would do a couple more rough drafts before you actually get into the actual essay that you turned in. So think of, your monthly meal planning as just a rough draft. And if you deviate from the rough draft or deviate from the plan, that's okay. If it doesn't go according to plan, or you don't do the meals that you planned out that month, don't feel like it's, you're defeated. Don't feel like it was useless. At least you had a plan, and that's better than not having a plan at all. And then you waste money and purchase fast food, or you just throw you don't have no time and you keep buying and keep buying all this food, and you have all this other food at home that you could have made, and you're wasting money. So the whole point of meal planning, just think of it as a rough draft, and just know that at least you made a plan for the month to save you some time and money. So the next tip I have for you guys before you do your monthly meal planning is to plan in your planner or your family command center all of your monthly activities first. And that means birthday parties, date nights, soccer games, soccer practice, any kind of sports practice, dance practice, anything where you guys have to be certain places. Mark that in your calendars for the month and make sure you do that first before you monthly meal plan, because you won't plan a meal for a day when you're going to a birthday party, because most times they will provide food at the birthday party. And if you're having a date night, you probably won't plan a meal that's for your whole family. You'll probably just plan something really quick and easy for the kiddos and the babysitter, and because you and your hubby are going to go out to eat. The same thing with like practices. If you guys know that your kids have a game and you're not going to be home during meal times, some things that you can do is plan ahead and have some hot dogs to take on hand, or some corn dogs to take on hand, or the people talk about walking tacos, where you take Doritos and you put taco meat and make all your taco toppings, and it's like walking tacos. So you want to plan out your events, your monthly events in advance before you monthly meal plan, so that way you know what meals to plan, and that way they'll also save you time and money, because like I said, you don't want to plan some meals on nights that you're not going to be there. And then like, let's say you planned a meal that you need to be in the home to prepare it, but you were supposed to be at your child's game. So then what you do, you go grab a pizza or you go grab fast food. But you should have thought ahead. You could have bought, made something that was quick and easy ahead of time to take to those games. So that way, you're planning ahead. So always plan your monthly events in advance before you do monthly meal planning. The next tip that I want to give you guys is to do inventory in your pantry and your refrigerator first before you meal plan. A lot of people, what they do is they look for recipes first and then they go grocery shopping. And then that wastes a whole lot of money, because you're not utilizing what you already have in your pantry and your refrigerator. And so you're buying all this food just to make all these recipes that you planned, and then the food that you have is going to waste. So always first, before you monthly meal plan, look in your refrigerator. I always say your refrigerator first because that has the food that's going to spoil that's going to spoil the fastest. Like let's say you had spinach or you had some type of sauce for a meal. They're always going to be in the refrigerator from the last meals that you made. So check your refrigerators first, see what you have in your refrigerator and write down all the ingredients that you have in there. Then go to your pantry, see what you have in your pantry, and then also check your freezers and your deep freezers as well and take inventory of everything. And then you make meals with what you already have on hand as opposed to planning meals and then going to shop for them. This next tip I want to share with you guys is actually one of my favorite tips to share with you guys because it's made meal planning so much easier for me, and that's designating and categorizing days of the week of certain meals to make. And what I mean by that is that certain days you can make it like a certain type of food recipe that you would make on that day. So that way you're not trying to think about, okay, what do I make on this day? What do I make on this day? And what do I make on this day? If you designate each day having a theme or a category, it'll make, monthly meal planning easier. Like for example, for me, on Sundays is slow cooker Sundays. I always make a recipe that I can put in my slow cooker and now my Instant Pot because I have the Instant Pot now too. But I always do a slow cooker Sundays because that's also my meal prepping and planning days. And so I need something that I could just throw in the slow cooker or throw in the Instant Pot that can be cooking all day while I'm busy meal prepping and prepping for the week. And then I don't have to worry about it. So I always have that for Sundays. On Mondays is always my make it, bake it meals, meaning I will make it the day before and then it'll be all prepped and ready for me to just put it in the oven and bake it away for Monday. Tuesdays, what we call our Taco Tuesdays, but I basically just, it's Taco Tuesday, but I make all kind of Spanish dishes on that day, whether it can be Mexican food or Puerto Rican food because I'm Puerto Rican, or any type of Spanish dish. That's what we'll have on Tuesdays. Wednesdays is always breakfast for dinner night, which is a family favorite. Everybody loves breakfast for dinner night, and it's the one night that I don't have to, nobody complains about what to eat because everybody loves breakfast for dinner, and it's like the cheapest and the most affordable meal that you can make. And we make it with some, protein and grains and fruit, and it's a really hearty meal. And let me tell you guys, if you haven't done breakfast for dinner night yet, you definitely need to do that because it is a hit in the family. And then Thursday is always leftover Thursday night because I try to get all the leftovers out of my refrigerator, and that way I'm not wasting money because I'm using all the food that we have. And we always have leftovers by Thursday. So Thursdays is always leftover night. It's like a hodgepodge. You get to pick what you want to eat for leftovers. Friday is Finger Food Friday, and that is because we do family movie night on that night. And so we want to have something that's easy to eat in front of the TV while we're watching a movie. So it could be like chicken wings, pizzas, empanadas, different things like that. Anything that's like a finger food, we'll eat that night. Saturdays is always kind of like up in the air because Saturdays we tend to go visit people, go to parties, go to birthdays, go to different events. So I make it depending on what the event is that week. It's going to either be we're going out to eat for once, going out to eat, or I'm trying a new recipe that week. So I always make it to where at least once a week or once every 2 weeks, I, treat myself and treat the family for us to go out to eat because there's times where I just don't want to cook and I'm busy cooking all the time. I want to treat myself. And sometimes the family wants to go out to eat. So I always make it either once a week or once every 2 weeks, and Saturdays are our days where we go out to eat. And it's a lot of times where we do family events, like when we go do family time and we'll go somewhere, and we tend to have to eat out anyway because we're at these, different types of, arcades or different type of activities where you're gonna, buy food anyway. So Saturday is always like a takeout day, or it's the day that we, make a meal for the first time that we want to try and we have more time. So definitely designate and categorize your days so that way when you're thinking of meals, to plan, it's not such a headache on what meal you need to plan for that day. So the last tips I want to talk to you guys about, which is actually gives people the most headache, is finding recipes. So the first thing I would say to you guys is before you meal plan, ask your family, what do they like? What is their favorite meals that you make, or what is something that they really like that you can find a recipe for? And that way, you're not struggling to figure out the recipes all on your own. Ask your family because you're making the food for them and you want them to eat the food. So because you don't want it to be, wasteful. So you want them to be able to like it, and you're making something that they like. So ask your family what is their favorite meals that you make. Ask them what their favorite meals that they eat out so you can find a recipe for, and make a list of your family favorites. And that way you have kind of like an idea of what to plan out for them for that month. Also, Places that you can find recipes on is you can use like different apps. So did you know that the Instapot has an app as well? When you buy them, they tell you, when you buy the actual the Instant Pot. I always want to say Instapot. Instant Pot, when you buy them, when you buy the Instant Pot, it tells you that they also have an app for your phone, and they have so many different recipes on that app to go in the Instapot. So you can definitely, you know, just download that app. Also, one of my favorite apps is the All Recipes apps. And I love that app because so many people use it, and they also rate the different recipes. So you kind of know if people liked it and they comment on it. And some people actually will tell you if they added some more stuff to it, or, you know, different things. They always add their little comments. Plus, you can actually, within that app, you can put what you have in your refrigerator and search a certain ingredient. So let's say you have some, like I have a lot of coleslaw left over because I was doing like a coleslaw type of shrimp taco the other day. So I could type in coleslaw, and then I will have all these different recipes that have the coleslaw mix within it, and then I have an idea on how to reuse my coleslaw. So I love the All Recipes app because you can basically take it to, you know, to find recipes with the things you have. You can find new recipes, and you also get good feedback from people that have used the app. Also, you could, you know, Pinterest is good for that, for finding recipes. The only thing about Pinterest is that everybody and anybody can post on Pinterest. So you got to think about that. Anybody can make a blog. Anybody can post things on Pinterest. So sometimes Pinterest is a hit or miss because you don't know how good the recipe will taste unless you try it, because like I said, anybody can post on it. So just be careful with Pinterest. Look at the comments. Also, YouTube, you can look at YouTube moms and they share recipes. I have some recipes that I've shared on my channel, and I will link them down below so that you guys can look at them as well. And it's recipes that I've tried that I like. So I will not share nothing with you guys that I don't like. And if I did try something I didn't like, I will let you guys know. But I also have recipes on my channel, so definitely follow moms on YouTube. And I'm looking down because you guys know I forget things, so I always have to write down stuff. But yeah, that's the basic thing. So looking for recipes. So when you're trying to figure out, oh, the one thing I was going to tell you guys is another way that you can find recipes is utilize your cookbooks. I know I'm not the only one that has a cabinet full, or maybe a drawer full, or a closet full of cookbooks that I have never touched that I need to touch. And I recently was going through my cabinets the other day because I'm actually going to do a video coming up soon on my channel where I declutter and clean inside my cabinets for you guys. So stay tuned. It's going to be a clean and declutter with me, my kitchen cabinets. And one of the cabinets that I need to clean and declutter is the cabinet that has my cookbooks. I have so many cookbooks that I have bought that I've made like 1 or 2 recipes out of, and I've never looked at them again. And so that's another thing that I would say when you're monthly meal planning. Utilize the cookbooks that you have in your home right now. Don't let them go to waste. And I think one thing I'm going to try to do is, and I may kind of start it like a hashtag on Instagram, is, you know, I don't know what the hashtag will be. Let me know what y'all think the hashtag to be, but I think it's something like where we need to like use our cookbooks or utilizing our cookbooks or something like that. I think I might start some type of hashtag on Instagram. Give me your comments down below of some ideas. But basically, I think I'm going to, you know, take one of my cookbooks and go through them and actually try to make recipes out of them that I like, and actually go through the cookbooks. And then if I like them, print them out, you know, copy them, print them out, and put them in my binders that I have in my kitchen. And then that way, and then donate the cookbook to somebody else who can use them. But I think I'm going to make a conscious and a good choice. Not conscious. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna make an effort. I'm gonna make an effort to actually go through my cookbooks and use them this year. So I think I'm gonna start off with one cookbook, go through it and find, you know, try the recipes, and if I like them, print them off and copy them, and then just donate them. I'm gonna try to do that this year because I have so many cookbooks that I haven't even touched, guys. So that's another thing, you know, another tip on finding recipes. Utilize the cookbooks that you have in your home. So those are my tips and hacks on how I make monthly meal planning just a little bit easier for me. I hope you guys found it helpful. Let me know in the comments down below all your tips and hacks on how you guys monthly meal plan, because I love learning from you guys. You guys always give me the best tips. I tell you guys that all the time. And so definitely get in that comments area and let me know your best tips and hacks for easy monthly meal planning. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Hey guys, don't forget to click on the picture in the middle of the screen so you can subscribe to my channel and get notifications on all the new videos that I put out, and check out these other 2 videos that I have posted on my channel on either side of my picture. Have a great day.